Welcome to your life as a night watchman, where every moment is a test of survival and sanity in Victorian London. Scene: fog rolls over the cobblestone streets, illuminated by flickering oil lamps that cast eerie shadows on crumbling walls. But here's the thing. You're not just any old guard. Your job is to patrol one of the oldest parts of London, where buildings are ancient and crime rates are sky high. And this is just how your day starts. You have no idea what it's going to be like in an hour. Scene: a cat scurries by, its eyes glowing in the dark like tiny lanterns. You dress in loose trousers and a heavy coat, the standard uniform for any night watchman. It's practical but not exactly fashion-forward. Think of the latest winter gear, only made from rough wool and leather that chafes your skin. The streets are dark and narrow, with little more than the feeble glow of oil lamps to guide you. It's a world where shadows seem to have a life of their own, where every alleyway is a potential hiding spot for danger. But probably not. Because in Victorian London, the night watchman wasn't just about protecting property. He was also tasked with chasing away drunks and vagrants who often made themselves at home on these same streets. And if that weren't enough, every hour you're supposed to bang a rattle to warn off burglars and keep folks inside their homes safe. Scene: you grab the metal rattle from your belt and give it a shake. The sound rings out across the silent city. It's like a game of hide-and-seek with the entire criminal underworld as your opponents. You can't help but wonder if this really was the best idea you ever had. After all, there's no such thing as a night shift in Victorian London without an endless list of strange customs and even stranger creatures that seem to come out only when the sun goes down. Oh, but before you can contemplate your sanity any further, it's time for another round. And that's all before breakfast, which in your case, doesn't come until well after sunrise. You've been walking for hours, and you can almost feel the boredom seeping into your bones. The city is quiet, but not peaceful. There's something unsettling about the silence. And then it happens, a sudden sound catches your attention. Who goes there? You shout, but no one answers. It's like playing hide-and-seek with ghosts. And this is just how your day starts. You're not just a night watchman, you're part detective, part bodyguard for the city. But here's the thing, after investigating countless suspicious noises and shadowy figures that turn out to be nothing but rats or stray cats, you start to wonder if there is something else lurking in those dark alleys. As you approach cautiously, your heart races. But just when you think it might be some sort of supernatural entity, you realize it's actually an old man fishing. He doesn't even acknowledge your presence. But probably not. Because here comes another suspicious noise, a door slamming shut in the distance. Your heart sinks as you realize it's just someone coming home late from work, and now you have to spend half an hour checking on them. It's like Uber, but with horses and plague, or rather, no horses at all. Peace, good people, you yell into the dark. But there's a twist here, nobody really pays attention. Your loud noise is just part of the nighttime background hum. It's like trying to hear yourself think in Times Square. And then comes the real shocker. As dawn approaches and your shift ends, you notice something bizarre on one of the street lamps, a small chalk drawing of an hourglass with its sands running out. But what does it mean? Is someone warning you about time? A prank by the local kids? Or is there some sort of secret society communicating through these drawings? The mystery deepens. And that's all before your next patrol begins. You thought your job was tough before you found out what really goes on under this foggy London sky. Here's the kicker, the air you're breathing is more dangerous than a smoggy day at an industrial factory. Scene: thick, yellowish-brown clouds of pollution billow down the streets, obscuring everything in sight. You're patrolling during one of the most polluted times of day. The air is so thick you could cut it with a knife. And here's where things get really nasty. Scene: your gas lamp suddenly flickers out, plunging the street into darkness. You've got to light another one quickly, because if you don't, that ominous silence might start talking back to you. But here's the thing, those smoky air currents aren't just annoying, they're actually deadly. The soot and chemicals in the air can get inside your lungs like an unwanted houseguest who never leaves. Scene: coughing fits begin as you feel a burning sensation in your chest. And here's where it gets really grim. Scene: you hear a distant coughing from somewhere nearby. There are sick people everywhere, spreading disease through this toxic air. It's like playing the world's deadliest game of tag, but with cholera instead of water balloons. Scene: your eyes start to sting as you blink back tears. But probably not, because if you stop breathing, you'll pass out, and then who knows what might happen next. Scene: the distant sound of a carriage bell clatters in the distance, breaking the eerie silence. Lucky you, right? So there you are, night watchman in Victorian London. You're battling the elements, dodging critters both large and small, and breathing in more germs than the local hospital. It's like being a superhero, but with less cape and more coal dust. And that's all before your shift even starts to get interesting. And that's all before your shift even starts to get interesting. But here's the thing, once you start patrolling, the real fun begins, or rather, the real horrors do. You're supposed to be keeping an eye on things, but let's face it, in Victorian London, there are more eyes out for you than you are for them. You think you're just protecting the night, but really, you're just another pawn in a city-wide game of cat and mouse, only in this version, cats are more likely to be rats. And this is just how your day starts. Imagine being so jumpy that every creak of an old door makes your heart leap into your throat. You have a lantern and maybe a club if you're lucky, but it feels like all you've got is hope that today won't be your last day. But here's something few people ever knew about being a watchman, it's not just about fighting off thieves or catching drunks. It's about surviving the night. Every shadow holds potential danger, murder, muggings, and worse. And that's when you see it, a flicker of movement that sends a shiver down your spine. Because in Victorian London, shadows aren't just dark patches, they're gateways to nightmares. Lucky you, no cell phone, no quick escape back home. Just you and the city's secrets under the moonlight. But probably not, because in Victorian London, even daylight brings its share of mysteries and terrors. And that's before your shift officially ends. And that's all before you clock out. Welcome to being a night watchman in Victorian London. It's like Uber, but with horses and plague. The city breathes softly around you, its heartbeat slow but steady. Each distant rumble of carriage wheels sends ripples through the night air like whispers of another time. It's a peaceful moment in an otherwise relentless job, no rats scampering past your feet, no fog thick enough to choke on. Just you and the city under the moonlight. The stars are like old friends that visit only when things quiet down. They remind you of what's outside this gritty world, the vast, untouchable expanse of space. Lucky you, standing guard in the midst of it all. You're not just watching over a city, you're keeping watch on history itself. Inside those doors, people drink and laugh and forget their worries for a while. But your job is to remember everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly parts no one wants to think about. It's like Uber, but with horses and plague. No smartphones, no GPS, just a lantern and an unwavering gaze. That sound is your alarm, marking time with each ding. It's a steady rhythm that tells you when to change shifts or perhaps find a new job. As the night wears on, everything becomes quieter and more defined. The city sleeps, but you stay awake, a silent guardian against unseen threats. It's been a long night, filled with challenges and moments that would make anyone question their sanity. But there are also quiet times like this, where the only thing to do is reflect on it all. And so you continue your lonely vigil, part protector, part historian. Each night tells a story, and each story adds another layer to the tapestry of London's past. You slip inside, leaving behind the cool air for warmth by the fire. Tomorrow is another day in this strange, wonderful world of Victorian London, a world you navigate every night under the cover of darkness. In the end, it's not about how many rats or pickpockets you've encountered. It's about being there when people needed it most, watching over them in their darkest hours until morning light brought a new beginning. You are more than just a night watchman, you're a part of history itself, a guardian standing between yesterday and tomorrow. And that's all before breakfast.